A Course in Miracles. This is Earl Purdy, and I want to welcome you. We're going to keep on, how do you make the change? And the change, what changes do you go through while you're making the change? Today I'm going to talk about what changes that you go through when you're making the change. When you're serious about making a change, what kind of changes are you going to go through? What's the best attitude to have? So we on the bridge to the real world. That's the section we continuing today. I'm ready to be on the bridge to the love world. Anybody want to go to a love world?
Yeah.
All right. So these are the guidelines. Those of you on Facebook Live, welcome. This is Earl Purdy with the Course in Miracles.
And some of these ideas I'm gonna actively resist. Hey, some of these
ideas I'm going to actively resist. Some of these ideas I'm going to actively resist. Guess what? None of this. Your resistance does not change the truth. What's true is true whether you like it or not. Because the use will give it meaning. I say the use will give it meaning and show me that the ideas are true. I want to ask the universe to show us that the ideas are true. Let's ask our inner guide to show us that the ideas are true. Let's ask love to show us that the ideas are true. Let's ask our Creator to show us that the ideas are true. Tell Spirit, show me that the ideas are true. Holy Spirit, show me that the ideas are true. Holy Spirit, show me that the ideas are true. Holy Spirit. I'd like for you to make the decision that you're going to listen more attentively than you ever have. Because some of these ideas you're going to find hard to believe. Say what? Some of these ideas, yeah, I'm going to find hard to believe. Some of these ideas I'm going to find what? Hard to believe. Somebody hit that high note. Some of these ideas are gonna seem quite startling. Some of these ideas are gonna seem quite startling. I am not asked to judge the ideas at all. I am not asked to judge the ideas at all. I am not asked to judge the ideas. We got another high note. None of this will matter. Now I know some of y'all are capable of being high. I heard that. I know the use will give it meaning. I say the use will give it meaning and show me that the eye. So tell your higher self, show me. Tell your higher self, show me. Spirit, I want you to show me ideas are true. Come on, God, show me that the ideas are true. Come on, show me that the ideas are true. What? Show me that the ideas are true. 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 Show me that the truth is 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 true. Show me, show me, show me. Okay. All right, y'all lock the doors over there so they can't get out. Okay, all right. This is a class where I want you to feel peace in. So I know how to start it off, though. All right, bring out the Kool-Aid. Personally, I like a little scotch and orange juice. Okay, anyway. I'm going to talk about what you're going to feel like when you're really changing your mind and really becoming a more loving, conscious being. Would you like to hear?
Yes.
It's on page 346 in the Foundation for Inner Peace version of the Course in Miracles. In the chapter 16, it's called The Bridge to the Real World, and I'm determined to get to this, all the way through this section. Those of you on Facebook Live, thank you so much for showing up and joining with us in real time, and know that you can comment, share. Please share the video and comment with each other, and CJ will occasionally be referring questions and comments to me. I'm a changed being. So I know my body looks familiar, but my mind is completely changed.
Amen.
I'm like a self that's moved into a new neighborhood that I don't know my way around in yet. I'm in another part of me that is doing things that I have considered to be impossible. And so I've had so many things happen to me in the last week or so that I thought was impossible, that it convinced me that there's some part of me that believes what I've been teaching for 40 years. Now, I'm bragging and everything. You know, I know I'm bragging. Just now we're getting some semblance of it after 40 years, but that's all right. I'm willing to, it's like my family always said to me, you still reading that same book. 40 years, you still reading that same book. You're a slow learner, Purdy. Yes, that's true.
But you're learning.
That's true. That's true. So I'm going to see if I can teach this class from whoever I am now. Is that fair enough?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have to believe it. Hi! Okay, you don't have to believe it. And you don't have to welcome it, and I don't care. Okay, let's go. Okay, those are the instructions. All right. Okay. First, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen when you finally see things from love, for real. It says in paragraph 6 at the top of the page, across the bridge is so different. So what does that mean? Well, when you actually change into your spiritual self, when you change and get in touch with the love that is you, it says, for a time the body is still seen. So even though you've awakened to your true self at a brand new level, you're still going to look around and see fine, juicy, luscious, desirable bodies. Is that okay?
Yes.
Do you happen to have one?
Yes.
All right, that's good to know. That's good to know. All right. Now, the difference is when you wake up spiritually, you'll see the body, but it won't be the only thing you're looking at. I'll see your body, but I'll also be checking out your mind. It just took me 40 years to get to that. And you all make it really difficult. I just want to say, y'all not helping me. Okay, your bodies are distracting. Okay. Aren't your bodies sometimes distracting to you?
Yes.
Have you ever considered how much maintenance the body requires?
Yes.
You think your car demands maintenance. It ain't nothing compared to what the body demands for maintenance. You know, you got to get up in the morning, and you got to, take a shower, and you got to feed it, I got to shave it. You know what I'm saying? I got to find some clothes put on for it. Make sure the rent's paid so it'll have somewhere to sleep. Then I got to get a car to transport it around because my mind could be here before my body could. So I got to get a car for my body, and it costs gas is $2.45 a gallon. I got to come up with that. Then you got to look out for Denver drivers. That in itself, you know what I'm saying?
That's a full-time job.
That's right. Insurance. Food, the body is high maintenance. So I want to thank you all for not giving me your bodies. I can't afford them. You're going to have to treat me real special. Before I do anything for your body, I'm telling you. I got a list of stuff you better do and do right. You know what I'm saying? And then I might let you give me your body. Just might. You know. And then after you read How to Be a Good Lover, that's I'm going to teach them, pass that book on to you too. But you got to take care of your body. You got to pay. You got to do something. Okay. Amen. Okay, that's right. That's right. It's amazing. I joked about years saying it's amazing how hard I have made people work for my dysfunctional love. I made them work hard. Okay. All right. Okay. So the course says, read me slowly. That's what I'm going to do. I'm being instructed by a new self to take this slow. Okay. Okay, so let's review. When you do cross over and you are seeing things in a loving way, you still see bodies, but you're not only seeing bodies. Still with me? Mm-hmm. All right, you're going to see a little spark that holds the great rays within the body. It's also going to be visible. I'm not only going to just see your body, I'm going to see the love. I'm going to see a little spark of the love in you. I'm just trying to see if it's just a little. Do y'all have just a little spark of love? Do we have some love sparks? Yes. And now, okay. Well, your love spark, the Course says, cannot be limited long to littleness. So if I see your love spark, and it's a little love spark, if I really see it, it won't be so long before I start to see it grow and become unlimited. Nice. Once you cross the bridge, comma, which means, what does that mean? Well, to cross the bridge means that the value of the body is so diminished in your sight that you see no need at all to magnify the value of the body anymore. So when I'm totally into love, I don't value your body more than it needs to be valued, and I don't value my body more than it needs to be valued. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's like, it was funny. I was driving this morning, and I was in a car, and then my inner guide said, don't call your car a car anymore. First of all, I'm like going, who the hell is that? Okay, but I had been talking about hearing the voice for God. I never expect God to say nothing. Or was I just not listening? Because I was being distracted by my own thoughts. Do y'all think that might be what's going on? That we are being talked to by love and spirit all the time, but we're so busy listening to the voice inside our head that we're not even hearing the voice for love. Do y'all think that's possible? Yep. Okay, well, it says that when I'm really into love, I won't try to make the body more valuable than it is. Like, that's what the boy said to me, call your car a machine. I went, what? Just call it a machine. If you call it a machine, you'll have a lot more peace about it if things seem to break down and need repairs. Mm. You created a special relationship with your car. Mm. Yeah. And I was going, well, it tends to do more for me than people. I think I'll marry my car. I want y'all to come to my car marriage. It's going to be a weird honeymoon, but we won't talk about that. And I won't even say what I thought next. Okay. That's for my advanced class. Where I can have everybody sign a waiver before they come in. What they said, non-disclosure agreement, right? So, and he said, not only that, I'm going to destroy the specialness of your car. I went, okay, what else? If somebody else got behind the wheel, your car would run over you. It wouldn't go, oh, that's Raj. It would just run over me. I'm giving all this love to something that can't give it back. It sounds like what happened in my marriage. You ever been in a relationship that was like a relationship with a car? You gave it a whole lot, gave the person a whole lot of love with nothing coming back. And then you still rubbed on it and polished it. So when you're in your right mind, you're going to realize what value the body has. Would you like to know what value the body really has?
Yes.
The body is no more valuable than it enables you to bring everybody else to the bridge with you to be released together. So my body is only as valuable as I use my body to bring you to love. If I'm going to use my body to make you aware of love, to make you aware of freedom, to make you aware of the truth, now my body is valuable. And every now and then it take you to a movie. Depending on how you act. And if you've done what I wanted you to do. And if I'm not broke. Okay.
A lot of ifs in there.
Lot of ifs. Lot of ifs in there, right? So, I'll say it again. Your body is only as valuable as you use it for love. If you're not using your body for love, you're not using your body in a way that's valuable. So let me give you some examples. If you're using your body to judge yourself, if you're using your body to criticize yourself, if you're using your body for anger, if you're using your body for grievances, if you're using your body for sickness, if you're using your body for attack, if you're using your body for jealousy, if you're using your body for insecurity, if you're using your body to limit and control others, then you are using your body in a way that has no value. That was the first paragraph. So let's review. Let's see what the takeaway is. Well, when I really get to the other side and I'm starting to see you all the way that I should, and I'm really loving you the way I should, I'm going to still be looking at your bodies, but I'm not going to be looking at your bodies exclusively. I'm going to be looking at more than your body. Just my ego, I'll be looking at your bank account. If it's in love, I'm not going to look at your body exclusively, but I am going to be looking for the spark of sanity, truth, and love in you. So I'm going to go, I see your body, but are you crazy?
Yeah.
She sure look fine, but is she crazy? Yeah. He sure looks good. That's a hump, but is he a nut? Is he crazy? That's what you're supposed to ask yourself. That's right. I'm looking for the spark. I'm looking for the spark. And then the next thing, if I see the love in you, then I'm going to see it grow because I can't limit it. And I'm going to realize that the only value my body has is how much love it brings into your life. Mm-hmm. That's the way so he's telling us the way you're going to be when you have some sense. Right. That's what this is called. The course calls the second coming of Christ, the return of your common sense.
Mm-hmm. Uncommon.
You know, and hopefully uncommon sense, actually. So what do you all, who can tell me what they think the real value of the body is based on what we just heard?
You know, what I really got was that if I'm not using my body for love, I'm absolutely wasting its resources on valueless investments.
Mm-hmm.
You sound like E.F. Hutton getting it right.
Are you thinking?
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. That's exactly. Anybody else? What is that spark in anybody else? Any kind of other realization in anybody else? Yeah.
I want to use the body to extend love.
I want to use my body to extend love to you, Paris. I'm looking for the spark of sanity in you. And even though I'm looking at your body, I'm not just seeing your body exclusively. And I'm not going to magnify your body more than what your body is for. And your body's purpose is to enable you to bring me to love and truth with you. That's the value of our bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying that if I can see the spark in you, I can ignite it?
It's already happened, man. You just ignited me when you opened your mouth. That's exactly right. Yeah, your seeing the love in me can help me see the love in me. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
So, okay, we basically codependent in a lot of ways, and we care about other people's opinions and what they think of us, right? Okay, why don't we work with that belief? Rather than me fight that belief all the time, why don't I just surround myself with people who remind me of my beauty and that I'm lovable? Then the same thing would work. Their opinion of me matters to me. I believe more that I'm loved, and then I begin to love myself more until I get to the point I don't need anybody else to validate me. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Megan.
I just wanted to also say that, like, conversely, when I magnify someone's body, I am, like, confining them to littleness that they're not meant to be limited to.
That's right. If I just see you as the body, then I'm seeing you as much smaller than you really are. Because you are unlimited. But see, the reason why I want to see you as a body is because I got some purposes that I want to use you for. And so that's why I want to see you as a body for my own gratification.
Very limited.
Hey, that's right. That's right. Fortunately, there's a lot of people around me that like limitation. I don't think I'm alone at all. I used to feel alone, now I don't. It's like, oh no. Want to see things in a limited way? Brother, you're in Disneyland of limitation, let me tell you. You know, that's it. Right. So anybody else have any breakthrough or anything they wanted to share that section sprung in their mind? Any questions?
If we're connecting on the same level and the light in me shines with the light in you, we can all join at the bridge together.
That's right.
That's what our goal is.
That's right. So that's what I love. He's going to talk. He's going to talk about what's going to happen when you're on the bridge. Now, don't forget that when the Course says the bridge, we may be tempted to think of like a physical structure bridge, but that's not what the Course in Miracles says the bridge is. It says the bridge is a transition in your perspective. If you're beginning to change your mind, you're on the bridge. Follow me? So it says, that's right, that's the next sentence.
Imagine that.
Yeah. The bridge itself is nothing more than a transition. It says, read me slowly. The bridge is nothing but a transition in what? In the perspective of reality. So if I'm changing my way of seeing things, I'm on the spiritual bridge. So if you're right now in the process of changing the way you look at things, are you?
Yes.
Are you?
Yes.
Then you're on the bridge. Okay, so that's it. I'm on the bridge. I'm on the bridge. So now it's going to tell us what happens when you're on the bridge. It says on this side, where we are now, in the fear-based world we're in now, right? It says everything you see is grossly distorted. So when you have a fear, if you're fearful, it says you are seeing everything in a grossly distorted manner. That means that you are seeing things completely out of perspective. So that means that if you think you're separate, if you think you are just bodies, if you believe in fear, guilt, anger, sin, and guilt, then you have a grossly distorted perspective. And that's what you do. You see somebody doing something, you're getting ready to get upset, you go, I'm having a grossly distorted perspective of you about what time you got home last night. See, that's what a conscious being would say. That's the truth. That's the way you're going to argue in the future. You're going to say, I'm completely out of perspective about this. And you would be telling the absolute truth.
Yes, that's right.
So you would be empowering yourself. And if you said, I'm having a completely, grossly distorted perspective, you also would be more likely to examine what you're telling yourself. You'd be much more likely not to want to believe it. You know, I'm seeing you completely incorrectly right now, and... Oh, if if I'm seeing you completely incorrectly right now, before I finish this sentence, give me a minute to get my perception correct. Be right back. I'm finna go read and meditate. Let's meet at 2 after I became sane and I put the gun away. Okay. Let me go get rid of my AK-47 and we'll talk about this. Because my perspective is grossly distorted about your butt right now.
That's gross.
So you can say that in anger. I'm grossly distorted in the way I feel about you right now, you son of a... You still would be empowering yourself. Next sentence. So what does it mean to be grossly distorted in your perspective? What does it mean to be completely out of perspective? Isn't that a good question? What does it mean? Well, what is little and insignificant is magnified, and what's strong and powerful is cut down to littleness. So the little spark, the love in you, I'm cutting that down. How cool you are, how perfect you are, Debbie, I'm cutting that. So I'm mad now, I'm grossly distorted, okay? And what's little and insignificant is magnified. So what I'm magnifying is everything about you that I see that's not loving, and or I'm also making your body the issue. And I'm what's little and insignificant? Well, your body. That's what I'm magnifying. My anger. That's what I'm magnifying. And what's great, the real beautiful person you are, I'm making that little and insignificant by my judgment and condemnation of you. That's a grossly distorted perspective. I'm no longer seeing you as a loving being. I'm seeing you as a crappy being. That's a grossly distorted perception. But you don't know what he did. But you don't know what she did. Let me tell you the story. Let me tell you the story. Let me try you the story. Let me tell you the story. Well, that's what's got you mad is the story.
Yes. Quit telling the story.
Yes, it's your story that's got you all upset about them. Right. And I'm going to tell you something else. You're just upset with people because they don't do what you want them to do.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason why you're mad at anybody, because they're not doing what you want them to do and they're not acting the way you want them to act. That's why you're mad. You little control freak. Isn't that right, though? Tell the truth, isn't it? If we were just to take off the filters right now and be honest, every time you're mad at anybody, it's because they're not acting out your script.
Right.
Even if your script is they should be faithful. That's still your script.
Mm-hmm.
And then what does that mean, by the way?
What does faithful mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, being faithful means you be faithful to my total control over you to do what I want you to do to make me happy. That's what I want you to be faithful to. You see, I have a plan for how I'm supposed to be happy. And I have assigned roles to everybody in my life as to the parts they're supposed to play to bring about my happiness. And I don't care about the fact you got to go to work. The purpose of your life is to satisfy my fantasies and my desires. And if you don't do that, I consider you as being non-supportive. And let's go to counseling. So, this is the good part. It said, in the transition, what's going to happen? There is a period of confusion.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, you're on the bridge. How many of y'all having a period of confusion?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, the bridge is pretty crowded, isn't it?
Yeah.
Somebody gonna fall off the bridge. Are we gonna get mad because we're not enlightened yet and push somebody off the bridge? Right? Especially the one we said we love the most. That's the first one that's got to go. Because the people I've hated the most have been the people I thought was the most special to me in my lifetime. I felt the most anger and hate in my life with the person that I thought was the most special to me. Much more than people who aren't special to me. People who aren't special to me don't even upset me. So I don't want to be special to none of y'all, which I'm not. So I've succeeded. Yes, Earl, you special to me. I ain't real special. I'm special, but I ain't really special. The one that's really special, that's the one you're mad at right now. That's the one you're trying to forgive right now. That's the one that you think about before you go to bed.
Then you ain't special to me.
That's right. So I don't mind. There's a line in the Course in Miracles. I choose the second place to gain the first. So I don't mind being at the back of the line. I can be the last person that's special on your whole special list. I remember a time I would have never said that. that I would have made being number one the most important thing in the world to me. But when I see, you know, it's the prettiest flower in the field that gets plucked first. And I used to want to get plucked all the time. Have y'all ever wanted to get plucked?
Yeah.
You ever got plucked by anybody? So the next time somebody upset you, go pluck you. I run holy people away. They run for the hills. See, he said, read me slow. Notice I'm reading it slow as deadly, isn't it? You know. And don't worry, I'm not going to cover a whole lot because that'll just give you a lot more to forget. I'm too kind of a teacher for that. So it says, but don't, he says, if you're going through the disorientation right now, he says, don't be afraid. It means if you're disoriented and confused right now, the Course in Miracles says it means that you've been willing to let go of your hold on the distorted frame of reference that, I love it, that seems to hold your world together. In other words, I've begun to let go of the way that I look at things that has held my fearful world together. I'm disoriented right now because I'm not so rooted in my old crazy way of thinking that I used to be. Okay? And so, but since my whole world was held together by my stupidness,
Stupid you.
my stupid perspective that's grossly distorted, then and it says, what was this distortion that held your world together? Where it says, this frame of reference is built around the special relationship. Without this illusion of the special relationship, there could be no meaning that you would still seek here in any kind of fear or separation. I have such a desire to be treated special and better than anyone else that I'll stay in a world where everybody is trying to achieve that and nobody's really happy for any type of long period of time. Everybody's competing to see who's going to get the most attention. I call special relationships the special attention relationships. I call it the personally famous relationship. Let me give you an example. I'm not really famous, but I'm going to at least find one person who's I'm going to be famous with, because they're going to put me above everything and worship me above everything and give me more attention than anybody. They're going to make me personally famous. And their job is to give me attention all the time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And heaven help them if they're giving attention to anybody else. We're going to have a real problem. Because making me feel like I'm valuable should be your full-time job. We sound kind of cruel, don't we? That's pretty, okay, so you just walk up to somebody at the party and say, are you willing to worship me? Yeah, if you got enough money. I'll stay with you even if I have no joy with you. There's no communication between us. There's no passion. There's no acknowledgement. And there's no love, because you are giving me some level of specialness that means more to me than all of that. Or, since I don't really believe there's anybody out there that could really love me completely anyway, I just as well settle for who shows up. There's nobody else better going to show up anyway, so I just will go out with you and make you my partner. And nobody else coming any better. I don't exactly like you. When I see you coming through the door, I don't jump up and down, but we at least split the cable bill. This rent's high in Denver. I need you to pay your half. I'll put up with you. See, if I don't think I'm worth it, I just settle for the first thing that shows up. Because I don't think I'm going to get anything better in it, because I'm on a distorted side of perspective. See, me, who's great, I'm making little. See, that's me making me little. Wow. So, without this illusion, there could be no meaning that you would still seek here. What do you think about that paragraph? What was something in that paragraph that you know affected you some kind of way? Even if you didn't like it, but you felt a flinch or you felt inspired, you went, aha. Anybody? Come.
This reminded me of that part where it says you're not actually seeing anything with your eyes, because when you close your eyes, you can also see something too. So you're always giving it the meaning. You're giving it so much input around what's ever going on. You're actually interpreting what you're seeing with your eyes closed. It's all your meaning.
That's right, brother. It's like I'm sitting up here with my eyes closed, imagining what's going on, and then relating to what I'm imagining as if it's happening. Connor, what did you just call me, Connor? Connor didn't smile at me. That boy he must not like me. I don't like him either. See, that's exactly right. Anybody else? That was a powerful paragraph.
I have a grossly distorted perspective a lot of the time.
Could I join you in your grossly distorted perspective, and we can talk about that son of a bitch together?
Yeah, no.
Okay, all right. That's what you call it. Okay, all right. I just wanted to
No,
know.
but I'm willing to change my grossly distorted perspective.
And I'm willing to use our relationship to help both of us change our grossly distorted perspectives, and that's called a holy relationship. I'm willing to have that, because you can join in the suffering too. That was the first offer I gave her, right? I gave her the offer for us to join in the suffering. That's like one race not liking another race, right. One gender not. That's people joining in the grossly distorted perspective. I don't like black people. I don't like white people. I don't like Muslims. I don't like Chinese. You know what I'm saying? I don't like polka dot frogs. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's joining in the illusion, and then you all experience it.
So I have a couple of them here. First of all, they're totally cracking up online. They're enjoying the comedian show.
Hey, this ain't no show, this me.
Juliet says, it makes you feel like you could have never, ever truly been loved by a partner or even loved. And then Kathy says, that paragraph reminds me that I'm not crazy needing to repeat I am loved, loving, lovable human being about 1 million times a day.
That's right. That's right. In other words, she's just saying, what could be wrong with me telling myself the truth all day long? That's all she just said.
That's right.
If you told yourself every minute, I'm loving, I'm lovable, and I'm loving, lovable, and loving. That's the truth. Lynette.
In between fussing at the car in front of you.
In between fussing at the car.
That's what I feel like. I feel like I'm a dog chasing my tail sometimes.
Right.
You know.
I chase a lot of tail too.
Right.
Uh-huh.
It's like the consistency is so hard sometimes. And I just feel like I'm constantly talking to myself and correcting myself and trying to see it correctly. And then I'm right back where I started again, fussing and bitching and stuff. So.
Well, you know what's cool in that? If you were really that way, you couldn't objectively look at it and describe it to me.
Right.
So that means you're not that, or you wouldn't have been able to tell me about it. I always remember that. Who you are is the one that's, looking at what you think you're doing, and the one that's talking about it. You're not it. See, you know people who really think they are their anger. They are their upset. You know what I'm saying? They think it's real. I'm angry and I'm justified in this anger because this is really happening to me. That's the person that's totally lost. But anybody that can go, I'm seeing what I'm doing to me and how I'm making me upset, then you are beyond it. That's why you can look back at it and say, boy, I was crazy. But that wasn't you. You could go, boy, who I thought I was crazy last night.
Yeah.
Who I thought I was really jealous last night. Who I thought I was is confused. Who I think I am is angry right now. Who I think I am is trying to figure out how I'm going to pay my bills. Who I think I am is wondering if God even exists. Who I think I am thinks I'm sinful, bad, and guilty. And who I think I am thinks I'm chocolate, juicy, and luscious. Okay? So, thank you. Is there anybody else? Brittany?
My disorientation comes from my willingness to release my distorted ideas of the world.
Your disorientation, you said?
Yeah, my disorientation comes from my willingness to let go of my distorted ideas of the world.
Or is your disorientation coming from your willingness to have this distorted ideas of the world? You see what I'm saying? Because you were saying your disorientation was coming from seeing things correctly.
Well,
But I know you didn't mean it that way.
Well, but didn't it say that we were going to go through a stage of confusion?
Yes.
So wouldn't that be accurate? Of like, well, I'm wanting to see this differently. I'm not quite seeing it differently yet, and so I feel disoriented with this goal in mind.
Yes. You're right.
I love it.
Damn, I could have misperceived something. That hadn't happened since 1989. I'm telling you, God. That's right. Y'all want to go to another? Can you handle another paragraph? You're about dead. Where you at now?
No.
All right. Okay.
I'm
All right.
staggering. But
I love you staggering. I know what you mean, darling. I'm staggering too.
Me three.
Anybody else in this staggering? All right, we're not alone, are we? I'll tell you. Okay, I'm gonna get deeper then. Here we go. Ready? Okay. All right. Fear not. That's just one of my favorite lines in the Course of Miracles. Fear not that you will be abruptly lifted up and hurled into reality.
That sounds terrifying.
Don't be afraid. You're going to be abruptly lifted up and hurled into love. I'm scared. I'm afraid of love. I'm afraid of joy. Right into oneness. Oh, God. I'm so glad nobody's going to rush me into being loved. I'm so glad nobody's going to hurl me into abundance. I'm so glad. See, that's how crazy we are. See, we have to be assured that our happiness is not going to happen too fast. That's how messed up we are. And we've been very successful at our happiness not happening too fast. Yeah, we're keeping it slow. There's too much happiness today. You know, too lot of rays. I can handle that. This is some funny stuff. The Course in Miracles to me is like a joke book from God. It's the funniest thing. When you see it correctly, the humor of the voice that says it's Jesus communicating what he meant to say before it was all distorted.
That's right.
Now, I could go back and forth. Is this really the voice? Or is it Jesus' voice or not? It really doesn't matter. What matters is whether or not what I'm hearing is true and helpful. That's what's important to me. You can try to spend your time figuring out the origin of the material. I'm going to try to remember that I'm in a stage of transition and I might feel some disorientation and I need to get the correct perception of special relationships. That's what I'm working on. While you debate the origin. Okay? It's just like you had your house on fire and the fireman comes and they're trying to rescue you and you saying you're not going to leave the apartment until they tell you how the fire started. That's why I look at most people when they be like going to all these debates and analyzing them. I know you don't have no problem. Why? You got time enough to analyze and debate. If your butt was in a burning room, you wouldn't be analyzed. You'd be like, help me! And you'd be like, what? You'd be so glad they grab your butt, that fireman grab you, you don't know what to do. You would be going, what's your sign? You a Scorpio? No! You can't save me. I need to be saved from you. Yeah, I tell women I'm a Sagittarius and know anything about astrology, they just scream. Because Sagittarius value freedom. That's the last thing people want to hear when they be in a relationship with you. The average person want to be in a relationship, they do not want to hear you talk about freedom. That is not what they're looking for at all. You know, unless you know what love is.
Love is freedom.
Love is freedom. But freedom is of the mind, not of the body. Freedom of the body doesn't mean anything because the body can't be free. Your body is limited in what it can do. So your body never is really free. Wow, that's deep, isn't it? That's deep. That's deep.
So what do humans then consider freedom from the body? Like, it doesn't make any sense, right?
What do they consider as freedom from the body? What do you
Like,
mean?
we've been looking for freedom of the body.
Well, to most people, freedom of the body means I'm free to do whatever I want to do with my body.
Wow.
Doesn't that make sense? That freedom of the body would mean I'm free to do whatever I want. But that's not true. I'm not free to do whatever I want to do with my body. And we'd be having a different experience right now. I'm going to find out who my friends are in 2018. I can tell I'm going to find out. Even 2018, I know who love Earl. I'll tell you that. Because anybody feeling different, they be gone. And starting rumors. So, don't be afraid. You're going to be abruptly lifted up and hurled into joy. Reality. Time is kind if you use it on behalf of the truth, which is reality. So, time will be kind to you if you're using time on behalf of recognizing the truth and love. And it says, time will not only be kind when you use it to have some sense, but time will also keep gentle pace with you in your transition. So, you know, time is going, okay, around time, I'm with you, buddy. I'm with you. I'm with you. You using it on behalf of the truth? Okay, I'm going to be kind to you. I'm not going to kick your butt. I'm not going to give you problems. I'm not going to give you pains. I'm not going to give you a relationship you got to work through time. You know, I'm time. I'm going to be gentle with you. I'm keeping pace because you use it for something. You're using it for something. You're using it for something real. You're not using it for fear anymore. You're using it for love. Okay? The Course in Miracles also speaks in pictures. Keeping gentle pace with you. A bridge. Time is kind. Hello, I'm time. I'm kind. In your what? Transition. What's the urgency? Well, the urgency is only in dislodging your mind. Come here, let me, Earl's, we got to dislodge Earl's mind. Where's Earl? It's in the past.
Right.
Earl's mind is constantly focused on what happened in the past. We got to dislodge it. Or over here, we got to dislodge his mind for what might happen in the future. So it says right here that it's urgent that you dislodge your mind from its fixed position in fear and separation and in the past and the future. You got to get your mind out of the future.
Right.
You have to get your minds out of the past.
Right.
That's where it's lodged. See, can't you see the physical thing? Yeah, your mind is lodged. And all the, hey, come over here and help me dislodge Earl's mind. I think about the past all the time, keeping me from having a loving relationship right now. Because I'm so busy thinking of the person that I'm with right now in terms of what happened to me in the past with somebody else. So I need to get my past dislodged so I can be present in my relationships and joy. Because I'm not your past. I'm not the last guy you went out with. So do not be putting him on me. Even if I act just like him. Because what you're doing is filtering out everything I do that's not like the person in the past. That's what you're really doing. I'm really different. There's a lot of things, but you're not seeing that. You only see red. So you don't see my green, blue, or purple. You're seeing what you narrow in on that you think reminds you of the guy or girl I was with before. And that's who you're seeing, and after a while, that's who you're going to experience. And you get a chance to be right and alone again. The period of he says, what's the urgency? Who can tell me what the urgency is? What's the urgency? What's the urgency? Who was present? Who was hearing me? You can look at the book. What's the urgency? What's the urgency? It dislodging your mind from where? Okay, it's fixed position, and anybody in here willing to admit they do that? Yeah. Okay, all right. Were any of you thinking about the past just today? And even while you've been sitting up here, have you thought about the past or just the future? I'm so hungry. Yeah. I gotta pee. See, let's think about the future. Right. So you were not present. Right? And then it says, this will not leave you homeless. So what's being homeless from a consciousness perspective? Being without a frame of reference. See, I'm used to having a frame of reference for my life. Like, I used to have a frame of reference that I was a black guy named Earl Purdy that grew up in the South that was the son of Joe and Georgia Purdy and was her favorite child. Now I'm learning that I'm this spiritual being and that I'm not my body, that I'm consciousness, that I'm spirit, that I'm something more than I could imagine. So a part of me feels homeless. Like I don't have a frame of reference that I used to have. I don't have the same frame of reference for relationships. I don't have the same frame of reference for myself. See, that's the spiritual homelessness. So we're homeless, so we just need to get our little signs. We'll wake up for kindness. Instead of a work for food. Yeah. I will wake up if you'll be kind. We spiritually homeless. We out there on the sidewalks. What? I don't have a frame of reference. Everything that I thought was my frame of reference is gone. It's challenged. I don't quite understand. That's homelessness. Okay? And then it says the period of disorientation, which precedes the actual transition. Oh, wait a minute. Did you hear that? It said the period of disorientation, which precedes the actual transition. So this disorientation that we're going through right now, having let go of the old completely, having embraced the new completely, it means we are just right before our actual transition into love and joy and peace and abundance. That's good news. So this confusion is good news.
I'm going to be hurled into it.
I'm hurling you into reality. Duke up Earl, Duke up Earl. Oh God. Oh, show you how old I am. I remember when that song was new. It's not part of the oldest list. You know, it's so funny to hear. I was just thinking about, when I grew up, like when I was in 10th grade, the Temptations and the Four Top, all these rhythm and blues artists, and they were always singing, my girl, she's an angel, she's a queen, that's the kind of songs I grew up on, And so as I get older, I can see me looking back with a partner going, you know what, remember our song, my girl? Then I think about the young people nowadays, like, what's my song? The bitch on the corner. I'm looking at all these rap songs, I'm like, hey, this is going to be your song. I shot her with a machine gun. I smacked that back that ass, so back it up. That's our song. So it'll be interesting to hear what these folks be talking about, these young people later on, you know what I'm saying? Okay, truth students that explode from any type of profanity. Dislodge your mind. Okay. That's right. Never happened. Just like most of my relationships. They never happen. Isn't that great? Say that. My relationships never happen. My relationships never happen. I'm giving myself all that grief about something that never was real in the first place. That's just like getting upset because Bugs Bunny left you. Bugs Bunny left me for another bunny. So delay will hurt you now more than delay hurt you before, but only because you realize delay is delay. So what's making us more upset is we know we are delaying ourselves, but we used to didn't know we were delaying ourselves. And so that's why we get so upset with ourselves, because you know you're screwing you.
Yeah.
So you get more upset than you used to.
Yeah.
That's the Holy Spirit version. And then the Course in Miracles says, show the reason why you are so upset with the delay is because you believe that escape from pain is really possible. So I get upset now because it's a part of me that really believes I actually could escape from fear. I actually can escape from being mistreated. I actually can escape from anything that causes me pain. That's why it's bugging us so much, is because a part of us actually believe we could be happy.
Yes.
The more you realize you could possibly really be happy, the more you're going to get upset by all the stuff you're doing to hurt yourself and to delay it. So then you become more impatient with that relationship you're using to hurt yourself. You become more impatient with that job you know that's not reflecting who you really are. It's because you now believe it would be possible for you to have something you're doing every day that you love to do. And so the Course in Miracles says, find hope and comfort rather than despair in this. Okay, here we go. You ready? Hope and comfort. Okay, here you go. It says you cannot find even the illusion of love in any special relationship here.
Jeez.
You could never find even the illusion of love in a relationship that's full of fear.
That's right.
And here's the other thing. This is the other reason you should have hope and comfort. You are no longer totally insane. Yay! What a compliment. Baby, I want to tell you this, but you're no longer totally crazy. It's your Valentine card. I'm so glad you're no longer totally crazy. I'm glad you're no longer totally crazy too. And the Course says that's why you should find hope. That's why you should find comfort. Because you are so sane right now, you would soon recognize the guilt of self-betrayal for what it is. You are so sane right now that you'll recognize more than ever before when you're hurting yourself, when you're betraying yourself, when you're not treating yourself as wonderful as you used to. Take comfort in the fact that you have such consciousness now, you're so awake now, that you would recognize when you're getting ready to make the same mistake you've made before, that you recognize when you're getting ready to deceive yourself, that you would recognize that allowing yourself to be misused, abused in any kind of way is self-betrayal. Be glad you love yourself so much that you wouldn't treat yourself or allow yourself to be treated the way you would have it another time. Acknowledge yourself, Holy Spirit, for hearing this. Come on, we can give it up for us, amen. Use this body to help other people come to sanity and come to love. And your body will experience much more health as a result. Absolutely. So let's do the financial expression of appreciation. Here you go, baby. One thing I love you to hear is how grateful I am to you for sharing with me and seeing value in what comes through me to you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing with me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. As a full-time teacher, I appreciate it. For those of you online, if you'd like to make a financial expression of appreciation, just go to earlpurdy.com. earlpurdy.com. And I'm also available for one-on-one sessions using the Course in Miracles, as well as astrology and numerology for those who are open to it. There are many ways to get information beside what we've been taught. So don't let closed-mindedness maybe not avail you of information that could be very helpful to you. So if you'd like to find out more about the things that I do, my services, go to my website, earlpurdy.com. And I am going to have an advanced, what I call an advanced mind and heart training. And it's going to be on the 13th of January. And I'm working out, I'll have all the details this week. It ain't free.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We're happy with this.
Because I'm working,
We're happy.
I would love to see who were willing to invest in themselves in the way that I could be helpful.
Right.
Yes.
Because I'm going to give you from my heart and soul.
Right.
So I deserve to receive also.
Absolutely.
You know? See, that's me trying to root myself in the new thought system about my value.
There you go.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah. So anyway, if you'd like to do it or like to know about it, just sign this, your email and your name up here on this pad. And those of you online, just shoot me an email at earlpurdy.com. Now, that's where I have you on the list. I'm so excited. I can't tell you how excited I am at the prospect of having more than an hour and making myself feel rushed so that I could really just have time to do more interaction and more sharing and give you the benefit of 37 years of studying the Course in Miracles and working with people. Save you time. I can save you time. The Course in Miracles says the purpose of a relationship should be to save you time, not delay your happiness, not keeping you processing all day and all night and explaining yourself and them explaining themselves and you saying, if you were different, I'd be happy, and them saying, if you were different, I'd be happy. It's like, that's a delay. I do better by myself. You know, I used to do relationships where the analogy comes to mind that I would be trying to lift the sofa to move it, and I had the kind of relationship that my partner would be sitting on the sofa. So I would have done better trying to move the sofa by myself. A partner is somebody grabbing the other end of the sofa and we making it better for both of us. But I've had relationships that I was happier before I got in them. Anybody else know what I'm talking about? You was like skipping along, he was cool with you, nobody was criticizing you, the way you did, then you get them. And then all of a sudden, you would just change this right here about you. I could really be happy and love you. But I was okay before I met you. I was fine until I met you. Now, if I really want to be special bad enough, I'm going to put up with it.
That's right.
But if I want to be happy bad enough, I won't.
Right.
And I'm more and more to the I won't category. It's like, I'm like, what you see is what you get. You know?
Yes.
I don't have 10 years. At my age, I'd be dead.
I hope not.
I don't care. I don't care if I'm alive 10 years from now. I don't care if I'm alive in my body 10 years from now. Not who I am, my spirit, my divine self is eternal. Love is eternal. It never, you've done and discarded more bodies than you could even possibly remember. Your body is like a suit of clothes.
Who needs it?
And so you would say you were crazy if you confused yourself with the dress in your closet. You follow what I'm saying? But that's what you're doing every time you identify yourself as your body. You're doing the exact same thing.
Right.
You've forgotten who you are. Now you think you are your clothes.
Right.
You would say that's the craziest person in the world if they went, I'm my pants! But that's what you do when you say, I'm a woman. I'm a man. And then we just divide even more. I'm a black man. I'm an oppressed black man.
Right.
Just keep on giving myself more and more limiting ideas about who I am.
I'm innocent.
So I'm not wearing the same clothes I wore 25 years ago. And you're not wearing the same body you wore 25,000 years ago.
Thank God.
It's better. I've been a woman, I've been a man. Now I don't want to be neither one of them.
Right.
That's right.
That's too limiting. People think because you're the same gender, it's something wrong with you loving each other. If you're not the same gender, something wrong with loving each other. There is no situation in certain. I'm not going to say I don't love you because of the clothes you're wearing.
Right.
That's the same as saying I'm not going to love you because of your body type.
That's right. Right.
I don't want to be with somebody that's confusing me with my body. My body is going to change. I'm not going to look the way I did when I was 25 years old. I don't need nobody that's not going to love me unless I look like I did when I was 30 years old.
Yeah.
I'm not going to always look like I'm 30 years old. It's diminishing returns. I want to hear somebody that goes, you know, I love wrinkles. Nothing turns me on like gray hair. I like people that take 30 minutes to pee. You know, you go to the men's room, them young dudes be going in the urinal, sound like a fire hose. And then the older guys, they be like, y'all know this is a joke from God. You know, if you knew who you were and you knew you were invulnerable and you knew you were spirit, you wouldn't be bothered by this insanity. Yeah. You would think you were in this way out fun house.
Right.
That's what this earth would be. It would be like, man, if I knew I couldn't be hurt, this would be funny.
For real.
You know, my last relationship.
That was a joke.
It was a joke. It was a joke. Oh, God. Finish this up right quick. Hey, y'all, that was Brother John Christmas.
You know your sin has never been so cast your cares unto the wind.
Don't
See the light,
be afraid
the shining beam.
that you're going to be lifted up and hurled into reality now. Come on, y'all. Happy dreams come true. Are you ready to have some happy dreams? Dream on, say it could happen to you. It could happen to you. Now listen to this. There's a period of confusion when an actual sense of disorientation may occur, but it only means that you've been willing to let go of your hold on a distorted frame of reference. Dream on. Say what? Come on, get with me, y'all. Happy dreams come true. I ask for the happy dream. I ask for the happy dream. Say what? I ask for the happy dream. I ask for the happy. What we say? I ask for the happy dream. I ask for the happy dream. Let's do it. I ask for the happy dream. I ask for the happy dream. I ask for the happy dream. And listen to time. Find hope and comfort rather than despair. That you are no longer wholly insane. You would realize self-betrayal for what it is. What does that mean? It means you won't put up with what you used to put up with. You won't treat yourself in a way that's not loving. You're no longer insane. You no longer want to delay. You want your life to be full of miracles today. Dream on. You want the happy dream. Happy dreams come true. What? Say dream on one time. Dream on. It can happen to you. Point to somebody. It can happen to you. 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 The happy dream can happen to you. You twerk for God. You twerk for God. I say you twerk. I say dream on. Love could happen to you. We're going to end this saying this one more time. Know your sin has never been.
So cast your
Cast your cares
unto the wind.
unto the wind.
I see the light.
I see the light
That's shining deep.
that's shining deep.
Mind.
As you sleep, dream on. Say, what kind of dream? Happy dreams come true. Do you want the happy dream, Paris? Dream on. Say what? It can happen to you. Say, point to somebody. It can happen to you. Dream on. Happy dreams come true. Kristen, dream on. Woo! Point to somebody. It can dream come true. Your happy dream has come. Say, my happy dream has come. Dream on. Woo! That fine dream has come. Baby, 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 dream on. Dream on. The final dream has come. Give it up, mighty companions. I love y'all. Woo! Woo! Hugs are available. I love hugs. And may the course be with you. I love you.